Good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I am your host, Al Scott.
And I'm Toby O'Neill.
As always, Dana Hudson, you are in the house first. I humbly bow to you. Love you big time. Thank you so much for your genuine support for what we do. It's always a pleasure to have you all on the live feed with us, especially you all who have been with us for a long time, just as long as we've been here. They've been faithful and stuff, so we thank God for that. My nephew and I going to try to do at least 2 or 3 stories tonight. Don't know if it's going to happen that way, but we're going to give it our best shot. But before we get into all of that, nephew, what's going on? How your day been?
Man, it's been great. It's been great catching up on all this news, trying to keep track of all this news that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So much happening.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. And it's like when we get over one hill and we look yonder's way, and there's more and more hills waiting on us.
Yes, indeed.
And so many people can't see what's going on, some things, I guess, the word they use a lot is esoteric. It's hidden only for a few to understand what's going on, because sometimes you can tell someone something totally that they've never heard in life, then it becomes a conspiracy theory when you say something that they've never heard. The easiest people to overtake are the people that did not have an opportunity to strategize against those that was coming.
Sure, right.
And a lot of blacks are walking around here with their eyes open, but they sleep.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. The majority of us are. Just like I said, I'm just coming into the light. You know what I'm saying? I was in the darkness for most of my life, and I'm just coming into the light.
Same
and
here.
Like I said, like we just have to keep on, trying to open other people's eyes before it's too late. And honestly, I'm getting to the point where it's getting to the point where it's getting too late. It's getting too late.
Yes, that's it. You just nailed it. I totally agree with you on that. It's getting to the point where it's just too late, because you know what? We've had the warnings. We've had them. And so we can't say that we didn't see this coming unless you just, again, walking with your eyes open, sleeping. Kay Hollins, good evening to you. She is from the great state of Mississippi, Toby.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Mississippi. Hello, Mississippi. They got a lot going on in Mississippi, too.
Tell me about it. Good Lord Jesus. Yes, I is in the
house. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Love you guys. I didn't get all the information, Toby, but we talked a lot about Shreveport last night, which we went over, and because we was talking about Shreveport and what was going on, and what may be a fix for some of what's going on, because this is no one pill would cure all in the city of Shreveport, and we can't keep saying it's a problem. We have to call it what it is. It's a crisis.
Yeah, it's a crisis now. It's a crisis now. It's a crisis now because what's going on now at the rate that our young black males are dying, and you know what I'm saying, the amount of just like I said, the negativity in the city is so much, like it's threatening to swallow up the city, and it's like it's going to take generations to cure it. It's going to take you're not going to be able to cure this in a couple of years, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. It's going to take generations to cure it because it took generations for it to get like this.
Oh, come on now. That's it. You just hit the nail on the head, So I think it happened. I think there was a shooting last night in Shreveport, I think. You're welcome, Tanya. I think there was a shooting this morning or this afternoon, and if I'm correct, this involved juveniles again. And it's what we left off with last night, Toby.
It's always the juveniles. Because They are the most unheard. They are the most hurt. They are the most, people have gave up on them. People, you know what I'm saying, say now they don't know what's going on with them, and like they haven't never been in that situation before. They don't have the proper parenting or the proper guidance, So it's like I call it the zombie age. You know what I'm saying? They the lost age because they don't have them, and nobody is giving a damn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is running from them. Everybody is hiding from them. Everybody is scared of them. But those are somebody's kids. You know what I'm saying? Those are our kids.
That's it. That's it. And you know what? You nailed it. It reminds me when you said people are running from it. It reminds me of white people. But don't get too close to the niggas. It might rub off on them.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
When we can't throw our kids away, when we see there's some that we can still reach. So.
Oh yeah. It is. I'm gonna say this. I want to say this. You know what I'm saying, for the people who watching the show, because people have heard us get on here and talk about how it was the parents' responsibility to rein in their kids, and I wanted to bring this up because now the city has an initiative that they're trying to start to where, since the kids are so out of control and the parents are not reining in their kids, now they're going to make room to lock more of those juveniles up, and they're going to start holding the parents accountable for the actions of the juvenile. So now they're about to start, putting criminal charges on parents for not reining in their juveniles. So for those that didn't listen, when we were saying, hey, we need to get together and start reining in our kids, now the police, are going to hold you criminally accountable, what I'm saying, for not reining in your kids. Yeah, just like we've been saying, that's a key part of it. It starts at home. It starts with the parents.
That's it. It starts at home. And I saw that earlier today, and so, the parents have to realize that there must be some accountability on them. But, a few months ago, it wasn't a rush job in the city. This is not a need. We'll address it. When we address it, we'll go before the cameras or the photo ops and make them think we're doing something. And in actuality, we're doing something close to nothing. But when the bullets start to fly the other night in the white neighborhood, now they want to address it.
Oh yeah, they get real then.
It's real now.
Long as we stay over here killing each other, it's not a problem. That's why they police. That's why they police around black neighborhoods, to make sure none of that shit don't spill over into the white neighborhoods. You know how they do it.
That's it.
You know how they do it. We know how they do it. But just like I said, like I've been saying, and we've been saying the whole time, if we don't understand that and start reining in our own kids and bettering our own selves and bettering our own neighborhoods, then they just gonna sit back and watch us kill ourselves. Now they making more room to lock up black males even younger, and take their rights and put a stripe on their back even younger to hinder them even more. So it's not gonna get any better. It's not gonna get any better.
Good evening, Tammy Miller. She's from South Carolina. Tammy Always 100 is in the house with us. Love you big time.
Hello, South Carolina. See, that's why I told you the other day, boy, if Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had a platform where they could sit in front of people from all over the United States and speak the truth, imagine where we would be right now. Yeah, somebody have to do it, man. Somebody have to talk about the stuff that people don't want to talk about or don't talk about in public, and somebody have to, you know what I'm saying, tell the truth. And somebody has to.
Exactly, and I applaud you because you're just as raw as I am. When it comes to giving you the truth, nobody, well, at least I don't. I could care less about your feelings because you are the controller of your emotions. We have to take responsibility for the lives that we're bringing into this world. And what some ladies have to realize, and I know guys mess up too, but here's what some ladies have to realize is that you can either be a wise or a good time girl. Now, if you're a good time girl and the baby comes, well, he's gone 9 times out of 10. And before you lay down with anybody, whether you're talking about having a baby or not, you should practice safe sex to the fullest. I mean, you should, because you have to look at your life. There's no stability in my life right now. I'm transitioning from here to there. So, but you still want to bring a child. You can't take care of yourself. And so you have the children.
Some people, these people today, these young girls nowadays see welfare as stability. So with every child they get, the check and the food stamps increase, and that provides them more stability. That provides them with what they call independence these days, to where I don't have to deal, I don't depend on no nigga like you depending on the government. You know what I'm saying? That's your nigga. But you know, it's just like I said, that it's the whole, it's a mental, we mentally messed up. And just like I said, that's why they consistently have more and more kids and add, you know, to our overall poverty and our overall despair and our overall, you know, just non-well-being. That's all it does. It just brings another child into this world to suffer, because if you're not equipped to raise them right mentally and spiritually, it don't matter what you give him, you know what I'm saying, materialistically. If you're not ready to raise him right like that, like he got, you know what I'm saying, a less chance of being a productive citizen in the community, and more of a chance of ending up dropping out, killing somebody, and ending up in the penitentiary or dead itself.
Exactly. So, I mean, we have to get to the point, as the Bible said, where we sit down and add up the cost. Look at where you're at. See if you're trying to go somewhere in life, because most people are okay with living from paycheck to paycheck. You know, they're just getting by. But we got to get to a point to where we live before we die. And you know how crooked this world is. You know how evil this world is. But it's a wonderful thing, you know, to have a child, and now you got to take care, and then here comes, as you said, here comes the checks, here comes the stamps, here comes everything. And every time she gets pregnant, well, they're going to up your stamps, girl. I know. See, and that's it's comical, but it's wrong, because you're laying back mooching off the system. You're doing something close to nothing. And you get a brother look in on you, and he done studied you. He know you get checks. He know you got 5 kids. He know this is a housing apartment you're in. So I'm gonna step on up in that world. She is now leaning on the government for her crutch. He's leaning on her for his crutch.
Man, dudes, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care how much makeup you put on, how much hair you put in your head, what type of designer clothes you have on, or none of that. Men see your weakness and your vulnerability because you try so hard to hide it. Our black women these days are trying so hard to hide their pain, their anguish, they hurt, you know, the stuff that has been done to them, the mental issues that's going on. They try so hard to hide it to the point where they never deal with it. And just like I said, us as men the same way. But as I say that as women, because, you know what I'm saying, the women are having these kids. They bringing these kids into the world, and these kids are messed up. And just like I said, I say point out the women, because it's one thing if a bum nigga rape you, but it's a whole nother thing if you allow a bum nigga to lay with you. It's a whole nother thing. And if you allow a bum nigga to lay with you, that is your choice, your responsibility. You knew he was a bum nigga when you was messing with him. You knew he didn't have nothing. You knew he was trying to drive your car and lay up in your house and eat up all your kids' snacks, you know, when your food stamps come through. You know that. So don't go lay up with him and have a baby by him and then expect him to all of a sudden be a provider. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And like I always say, I speak for women, because us as men, we wouldn't get away with half the shit we allowed to get away with if the women stood up and said no.
Oh, hell no, we wouldn't.
We wouldn't.
What you just said about being with the bum ass niggas. Now watch this here. You have to look at where you're trying to go in life. And then check out that brother that's interested in you. Add the cost up. Because in the end, that dude may not be worth 5 minutes of your time. And I said this and said that because she brought up how the dudes do nothing. I once told my niece, I think she was staying at the time, and some guy was trying to holler. And she didn't say anything, gave him that look. And so as she walked off, him being hurt, wounded, stabbed, he comes back up. The names come out, and what, you think I'm too good for you? And so she said, no, I don't think. I said, stop. You are too good for him. Yeah. You have to realize there are some self-suckers out here that you are too good to be with.
And until they realize that, they'll keep laying with bums. That's what I'm saying. That and excuse my French. I used to say this back. Some men don't deserve to get none. Some men don't. I'm talking about from nowhere. Some of these dudes around here, he shouldn't be allowed to lay with not one woman, but he is. He laying up on somebody. He enjoying they benefits or the state's benefits, and he taking some out of their kids' mouth. And mentally, physically, and spiritually, he not giving nothing in return.
And nothing. You know what? And I'm glad you said that. I always say one of the first things women should ask a brother when he's trying to step to it, because you know when it's just a hello or when he's trying to step. Mm-hmm. Regardless of who he is and what he got and what he don't. Your number one question to that brother should be, what are you going to bring to the table besides the swinging penis?
Everybody, because think about it. Look at these women that we talking about these days. What do they have to bring to the table besides a snatch? Like it's like everybody is mentally materialistic and you know what I'm saying, not focused on the bigger picture. Like if you ask most of these people that we discussing, what do they see themselves in 5 years? They couldn't tell you that. So they not asking a man or they not asking a woman that question because they haven't even figured it out themselves. That makes a lot of difference when you're talking about the future. Like most of these people don't even have no future. They don't feel like they have no future. So when they come together on the sexual level, it's just let's do it. We ain't talking about no future. We ain't worried about no future.
Exactly. Some years ago, we were doing a workshop, and I remember a lady walked up to me. We were just talking in general, and she asked me a question that nobody in life has ever asked me, but I had the right answer for her. She said, Mr. Scott, she's a black woman. She said, where do you see yourself 10 or 15 years from now? That tells you right there when she asks you that, she's a woman that's moving. She's trying to get a career. She just don't want a job. And when they ask you a question like that, you have to go, wait a minute. I can't deal with this one because she's serious. She's trying to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I don't need you to get me pregnant and then you leave little raw with me, and I don't know why he act up like he do, because I really didn't know your black ass. Go ahead, nephew.
Hey, that's it. Just like I said, you know what I'm saying, it's messed up because just like I said, we all dealing with the mental issues, and the mental issues make us vulnerable to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like the women can't help but be vulnerable to the bullshit because of a history of abuse, neglect. You know what I'm saying, and everything that come with being a woman. So just like I said, that's I say that because that's the problem, because these women aren't taking the time to heal themselves, and it make it easier when you broken and you battered and you beaten down. It make it easier for bum niggas.
You know what?
And women study asking. You think about it. How many women have you heard these days say all men ain't no good? No, you ain't mess with all men. All the men you've picked to mess with ain't no good. You should look internally, but you pointing the finger at the men. You know what I'm saying? And you're not accepting responsibility for the fact that you are attracting these men and you are getting involved with these men. You know, all men not bums. But if you have a penchant for choosing bums, that should tell you, hey, maybe I need to pull up for a minute and I need to get myself right because I'm attracting the wrong people.
And that I echo, because some women, before they really give themselves time to heal, they have already pulled their panties down for the next guy.
Exactly.
And respect is never given. Respect is earned. You know what? I know some guys that they've been in a situation where they really wanted this woman. They liked her. But here's what turned them off. That they had sex the first damn night. It was too easy to get. Didn't know anything about it. So when you keep settling for nothing, well, that's what you're going to get. Absolutely nothing. You don't know who you're laying down with. There's a reason why a bird and a fish can't live together. That's the reason why. Exactly. You know, Tammy says, I haven't met a dude worth my time. What you say? Oh, then she said, yeah. Okay.
Already, because you have to put the yet on there because she haven't met every man yet.
That's it.
You know, she met a few, you know what I'm saying, but she haven't met the one that's for her yet. It's exactly. A difference. It's a difference. It is. And when you don't give yourself time to heal, you're taking baggage into that relationship. That's what the majority of the relationships or why the majority of the relationships, marriages and stuff like that are failing. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. A woman told me, you know what I'm saying? A woman broke it down to me and she told me, and it made perfect sense. She said, you know why you have problems in your relationship? She said, because women are they in a mind state where you don't get to meet the woman first, you get to meet the representative. You get to meet the person that she's representing at that time or the person she's portraying herself to be. She don't let you meet the real person until she's comfortable enough to put that baggage on you. And when she said that, it made perfect sense because that's what has happened in so many relationships with brothers I've talked to who are trying to get themselves right and trying to get, you know, in that position where I want a real woman on my team and I'm ready to, you know, start moving ahead. Like that's the problem. You portray like you got it all together. You know, you got a job. Your job is on point. You got a nice car. You dressed in the latest fashions, and you independent and you portray that role. But then you really mentally and spiritually, you know, dark or not there. And just like I said, when that person gets so deep into knowing your representative and falling for your representative. By the time you get to the point where introducing the real you and all that baggage, he don't even know you. Like he don't even know you. He don't even know what's been going on. He's clueless. And just like I said, it's like the medicine nowadays. Everybody should be comfortable enough. I'm as a man, I'm comfortable enough wearing my warning label on my chest for every woman that meets me to see it. I'm comfortable with that because I know my weaknesses and I know my faults. I know I'm trying to get better. I've worked through, and like I said, I'm able to tell somebody, hey, these are the issues I have. This is where I may be a little weak. This is where I'm super strong. So when I'm interacting with a woman, she can automatically know, okay, well, I can't, you know, balance him out in that area, or I can balance him out in it. Like it's relating. Relationships are about relating. And just like I said, you can't relate or get somebody to relate to you if you haven't even got to know yourself and realize who you are.
And you know, when you said the brother, when he looks at her during that period, he don't know who in the hell she is. But exactly. Here's what's worse than that. She don't know who in the hell.
And that's it. And that's it. Because just like I said, she's hidden the pain, she's hidden the hurt, and she's buried that deep inside, and then she's put on this facade of this is who I am. This is that's who people see. But then that's a totally different person from who you are inside.
Because as long as you keep going from man to man, you will never heal. You have to meet two people in life before you leave here. But will you recognize them? Well, that's another story. You have a teacher and your soulmate, and you must not confuse who they are. They're coming.
Sex is a physical, intimate thing. As a woman, as a man, like a woman is allowing another soul to go into her. Imagine allowing too many souls to interact with your soul. Imagine what kind of damage that would cause, especially if those souls are negative, or those souls are, you know, mentally disturbed, or any of the things that we deal with. Imagine just a woman that is not, you know, properly grounded and properly in her right state of mind, or letting somebody multiple spirits who are negative and not in their right state of mind go into her. Imagine the turmoil. Imagine the spiritual turmoil that person, you know what I'm saying, will put themselves through. And they don't understand that. They don't understand that.
I interviewed a lady a few years ago, and she had written a book, and it was about domestic violence. And we interviewed her, and we talked about her book. She didn't read the book. The title of her book is "Ladies, Don't Take Your Shoes Off." So I don't know what the hell that means. So you got to break it down. What does that mean? When you go over the guy's house for the first time, or, within a week or two, you've been there a couple of times, don't take your shoes off. She said that's the wrong thing to do, because then you expose everything. And the little innocence you had is gone. Basically, it ain't time to open your legs yet. Because what you're going to do, you're going to confuse relations for a relationship.
Exactly. And that's what they doing now. Mm-hmm. That's what they doing now. You think about it. A lot of women nowadays say we're dating, and meaning they having sex, and they're like, I thought dating was us getting to know each other. Now the mental aspect of the lady is like, okay, I done skip past that because I'm giving him some. Now if I give him some, we in a relationship. No. You know what I'm saying? That means you just gave him some. That don't mean just because you gave yourself up, we in a relationship, just to keep it real. Like we have to be able to relate mentally. Like, mm-hmm. Think about it. Like, a woman's legs shouldn't open unless her brain is stroke right. That don't make sense to a lot of people. Or it might, because it might not take much to stroke some women's brain. If your brain is not all there, it might not take much to stroke your brain. But a woman who is grounded, a woman who knows herself, and like everybody claim nowadays falsely that they know they worth, any woman who knows her worth, you cannot get her legs to open unless you stroke her mind right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's real. Her legs don't come open unless you stroke that mind right.
That's it.
And a lot of y'all legs are coming open. And I know I'm looking at these guys like, well, I don't know what he's telling her, but it can't be too much of shit. Like in real life. In real life.
It's like, girl, you want that? Mm-hmm. I'm watching the numbers here, nephew. The numbers to our live tonight, well, it just went back up. They started to fluctuate, but they've gone down when we got off into the women. This is not an attack on women. This is an awakening time for you. And so that you can stop settling for anybody that comes along and says he loves you and you're pretty. Well, that's some stuff you should already know that you're pretty. You should have learned that as a little girl. So that should move you. It should move you. When you get ready to go out on that first date, and when you get ready to sit in his car, he's got a CD in there, and it's probably a little Boosie or somebody. That's my bitch. That's a bad bitch. That's my hoe. That's a bad hoe. You sit down in that car. You know what you did? You just gave him permission at a later date and time to call you a bitch and a hoe. That should have been your out when you, oh no, not tonight. Oh no. Oh no.
Let me say this to the ladies. If anybody is offended, I apologize for offending people. But as a man, I'm never going to apologize for telling my truth. Because as a man, to any woman I deal with, a lie lasts forever. But if I tell you the truth, it may hurt. But I guarantee you, eventually you'll wake up to see it. I'm never going to bash a woman because I came from a woman, and I got too many sisters and too many female cousins, that might be on here watching that show, and they'll tell you I'm the most loving, caring man there is when it comes to women. But I would tell them the truth when necessary. And I wouldn't hesitate because I love them and because I honor and cherish them. So when I speak on women and I speak my truth concerning women, it's out of care and love and respect for those women. I don't want to see y'all treated like bitches and hoes or called bitches and hoes, you know, by these bum ass niggas. But at the same time, you have to step up and carry yourself to a certain level to where men can say, no, brother, don't do her like that. That's a woman.
You know what? And some women ought to be able to really respect what the brothers are saying tonight, because if your girlfriend tell you it's okay, she was right. But you have two black men trying to help you get internally together, so you can start going from man to man.
The only difference is what I'm saying and that bum is saying is, I'm not trying to get in your panties. So I ain't finna tell you no lie. That's the difference. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm more intent on telling you what I feel you need to hear, because as a man, I should be able to do that. And if not, cut me off. Don't listen to me.
I'm gonna read Tammy comment tonight. I totally agree with. She says, anybody that's offended don't want to hear the truth. Tell me the truth and hurt my feelings if need be. Bam! She just preached.
Before
you can't hear what you want to hear all the time.
Tell her the truth before you and hurt her feelings, or tell her a lie and lose her respect. I'd rather have you respect and hold on to it. I can deal with you being mad at me for a minute.
Exactly. And who better to tell you about men than me?
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. And you probably wonder, well, how do we go from juveniles to this? Well, it's easy. You connect the dots. If you're not ready to be a mother, then you become part of the problem, because somebody else is raising your child. So a lot of times I know we're male and female. God, send me this person. God, send me that person. Well, that's okay. But while you're asking God to send you this person, ask God to get you ready to receive that person that you want in your life.
That's it. That's the key. That is the key. You know what I'm saying? Because just like I said, I talked to you when I talked to you in private. I was man enough to know I wasn't ready, you know, to be married when I met my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like almost 30 years ago, I knew I wasn't ready to be married. But I told her then, like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. You know what I mean? Because you have the qualities and characteristics of a woman. You have the qualities and characteristics of a mother. You have the qualities and characteristics of a wife. And just like I said, I had to get myself ready as a man. And once I got myself ready, I went back and got what belonged to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak from knowledge. I don't speak just to be talking.
That's a love story straight from heaven. And I, as a man, respect that, because you care more about disappointing her or either living that damn lie.
That's why I say I feel like I was a man before my time, because like I'm one of the few guys, I joke about this with my friends. I'm one of the few guys who if I was on fire right now, I feel like all my exes would fight over who gonna put me out. I'd probably burn to death because they're gonna be fighting over who gonna put me out. But that's because throughout it all, even when I wasn't ready to be in a relationship, when I wanted to be a player, when I wanted to, you know, have multiple women and all that, I was honest, I was honest, because I felt like if I give you the real and let you make a choice, that choice is more solid than me giving you making a choice based on lies. I've been like that my whole life. And just like I said, since I lived that, I can speak it. Since I lived that, I can speak it. I had a right to speak it because I lived it. And just like you know, I have, you know what I'm saying, a few people that I might probably ex-girlfriends, everything. I sent the link to watch the show. They might be watching now. So I couldn't tell a lie. I couldn't lie because they probably comment in the comments, boy, quit lying. You know you ain't did this, or you ain't know, because my people are real. But like I have to be real.
Listen, that's the only way to be. You know what? Some of the simple lies that people don't think is nothing is really something, because sometimes you can make an ass out of your friend. Let's say you got a dark-skinned friend. You do something, you're light-skinned, caramel, whatever the case would be. She black as a damn raisin. Okay, now look here. Y'all going out the weekend, and she come from Dollar Mania with 18 bags of blonde hair, and it gets put on her, and she said, "Girl, that's you." Well, stop lying. Tell her the truth if you really care about her. Don't let her go out there looking like a bleached monkey. Don't do that. Simple lies.
No.
I hear you laughing, sister.
Nah, for real though. Like I said, we got to be real. If we don't have these conversations and start being real, we'll never have a chance to dig ourselves out of this hole that we in. Exactly. We're going to dig it deeper. We can keep lying to each other and we can keep telling these females, oh, baby, you all that. You know, and we can keep knocking them off and getting them pregnant and letting them raise kids on. We can keep this shit going on for as long as we want to keep it going on. Or we can start making a conscious effort to stop this shit, man, because it's ridiculous.
Exactly. Queen is here. She says, hello, late. What's the topic? It's several topics, but we just finishing up on responsibilities. And that started from juveniles acting up, too many baby mamas and baby.
We need to kill that shit. We need to kill the real niggas, the fake niggas, the niggas, the bitches and hoes, the baby mamas and baby. We need to kill all that shit and go back to being black people, man. Strong black people.
And you know what? More men are now subscribing to this channel, and I greatly appreciate that. One of them said, finally, some brothers just gonna tell the truth, and that's it. I mean, you can hear a lie from anybody.
You should be tired of hearing it. That's why do you think, just like I told you when you started doing your show, I said your show is going to be a hit because it's uncensored and it's raw truth. What person of our ilk and that came from where we came from, doesn't want the raw, uncut truth. Don't sugarcoat the shit cookies and feed them to me. I don't want them. I don't want them. Give me the real. It may hurt me, but just like I said, it'll make me a better person in the long run.
Exactly.
Because the truth is shared on this show to help. It's not shared to tear anybody down or to belittle anybody, because we all in the same boat. Mm-hmm. We all in the same boat. When your child, you know what I'm saying, is out there doing something, if my child ain't out there, my child is out there in danger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we all in this together. We'll be sitting in the courtroom with you on one side of the courtroom protecting your son and me on the other side of the courtroom, you know what I'm saying, on trying to get justice for my child. Like, I don't want us to end up like that, but that's where we all going right now. That's where we headed right now. That's where we all headed, on opposite sides of the courtroom, defending our kids, trying to keep them from locking them up forever or burying them. That shit is not cool.
Because I told the other day, I said, I realized the other night, I said, Toby and I, we never have time to be uncle and nephew. Because when we're on the phone, this is us. This is what we're talking about. And so it's simply because we care about people and we care about what's going on. Now, if you see something that's wrong, you know it, why would you let somebody keep going down a one-way street to a dead end?
Because you don't care about them. You don't care about them. If I didn't care about people, I wouldn't get on here every day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to share, knowledge and putting plans together to help my community. If I just cared about myself, I could be somewhere, you know what I'm saying, taking care of me, making sure me and mine are good. But it's bigger than me and mine. It's bigger than me and mine, because I could get mine. I could get us to the point where we rich, but at the same time, we still gonna be stigmatized. Mine, if I reach billionaire status and leave them billions, they'll be still considered niggas, because the majority of us are considered niggas, and we're not doing nothing about it. But feeding into it and showing them that we are niggas. So it don't help to just get mine out. If I can't try to get all of us out and save as many as I can, then it'll still eat mine up later, because they'll still be niggas, and they'll still be the same. They subject to the same negativity and atrocities that niggas are subject to today.
Exactly. Miss Perry says, real talk, Toby.
She said what?
Real talk.
Real talk. Okay.
Yes. That's what she said to you.
I appreciate it, but that's the only way we know how to be. We don't waste our time. We only get an hour, and I wouldn't waste it on anything else. I wouldn't waste it on anything else. I love my people. I love Shreveport. I'm a hood dude. So if you're in Mississippi, I love the hood in Mississippi. But I want to see us prosper. I feel like we are descendants of kings and queens. the rightful rulers of this thing, you know what I'm saying, that we call the U.S. because we built it. We are the rightful rulers because we built it off the sweat of our backs. So I don't feel like I feel like we should own or control our portion of it. That's all.
That's
just
it.
our portion
That's
of it.
it. But you know what? When you said that, and we're gonna get to the other story. But what you just said, that's it. Men included. We all have to get to a point in life to where we're just not surviving. You have to get to that point to where we can sit back and enjoy life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Huh?
Yeah, as long as you pretending to be someone that you. I told a lady one time, she's on Facebook. She take a lot of pictures. She take a lot of damn pictures. She take a lot of damn pictures. Damn, she take a lot of pictures, and she don't have a neck. But anyway,
I know what you're talking about. Stop it. Stop it. I refuse to partake in that.
Bad boy.
Yes. Yes.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. She, along with taking a lot of pictures, one Monday, her living room said it'd be one way. Now, you stop by there Tuesday, she's in Hawaii. She's going to move it again. I'm serious. Go by Thursday, she in New York. And so I told her one day, I said, you heard it. Boy, she cussed me. I said, you heard it. I said, I don't get, you can run from the police, you can run from creditors, but here's the person you cannot run from. That's yourself. I don't give a damn where you go. Wherever you go, there you are. You putting on these different wigs every day on Facebook just to get a life. And you're miserable because you keep changing the damn furniture around. God told Israel, he said, y'all been going around this mountain too long. And you ain't going nowhere. You're not going anywhere. So you have to get to a point, as Sophie was saying earlier, to where you go sit down and have a meeting with yourself. And if you do this, truthfully, two things happen. You're going to laugh your ass off. And number two, you're going to cry like a newborn baby. Because you're going to begin to see yourself in a different light. And then it's going to be revealed to you why you keep picking these nothing-ass nickels. If you do it right, you got to have a meeting with yourself.
Man, I had to have a meeting with myself as a man because, like I said, I was running through life as a little boy, and I had to have that like you said, that come to Jesus meeting and man up. And just like I said, I'm still working on me. I'm still trying to be better. I'm still trying to be more focused. I'm still trying to be more helpful. Like it never stops. It's a lifelong effort. And just like I said, while me and other people are on this lifelong journey to be better people, some people are just content with who they are. And just like I said, the thing about it is, I'm not knocking you, but get out of our way.
That's it.
Because you're a part of the problem. If you want to be a part of the problem, just stay out of the way. I'm not worried about you. But don't hinder progress because some of us want to be better. Some of us want more out of life. Some of us want our kids to be better. Some of us want our kids to, leave our kids something where they can carry it on and pass it on. Like some of us are in that mind frame. And just like I said, we are the ones that have to come together and start working together to make it happen.
Exactly, because when you get into that mind frame of niggerhood, you become okay in whatever state you're in. You don't seek to go no higher. Because it's okay.
Because mentally, in that nigger stage, it's not my fault. It's the system fault. It's these people's fault because they push drugs in the community. It's this people's fault. It's that people's fault. It's this people's fault. Like, that's nigga shit. It's everybody's fault but your own. But you are the motherfucker that's suffering. Excuse my French. You are the one that's suffering, but it's everybody else's fault. Something wrong with that. That's nigga shit. Once you realize, any person that hurts you is allowed to hurt you. Any person that holds you back is being allowed to hold you back because it's too many other people out here that's doing it. And ain't nobody, hindering them. And if they do, just like you said, if they close the door, I'm going to find another way in. I'm not going to sit back and whine about nobody closing the door on me. It's a difference.
I'm glad you said that before we get into the next one. I've been to prison. And
been there too.
Right. And,
I visited.
They gave me the extended stay. How long did you stay?
5. And I have gave the state of Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana like 10, 11 years of my life and all.
Nephew, I'm about right there. I did get up flat one time, then got out and messed up, and I realized the system wasn't warehousing me into an old man. I was doing it to myself.
Exactly.
You know? And so when we get out of prison, if you thought it was hard to find a job before you went and get out, so and that's going to always, be a setback. But here's what you have to do, because you can't let that be an excuse for you to sit on your ass and do something close to nothing. You got to sit, have a meeting with yourself. And one day I did. And I said, what am I good at? What am I good at? Because I'm getting depressed trying to find a damn job. So what I had to do was to create my own magic.
That's how you have to, that's it.
It's my
that's
magic.
It.
I had to create this.
That's it. That's it. That's what I said when we instead of crying about they won't give us no job, I did the same thing. Okay, well, if they're not gonna give me now, I create my own.
And see, when I went to Dallas and hadn't seen my nephew in a while, and when he pulled up, there was this big, was it a dually?
Nah, it was a step side.
Okay, when the truck pulled up, I know this is a white man in here. So my back is turned, me, my brother Scott out there waiting on Toby. Before I know it, Scott is talking to Toby, and I'm still looking for Toby. And I said that to say this. I was so proud of my nephew because he's doing his own damn thing. Hey, nobody can stop you but you.
Exactly. And think about it, Unc. Like I said, I've been grinding ever since, and I want to help more people. I want to help more people accomplish the same thing. Like I said, I'm educating myself, and I'm about to go back to college, for my bachelor's degree. But I'm trying to accumulate the tools necessary to help my people, because that's my life mission, is to help my people.
Okay. What we got? What you got?
I wanted to touch on the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember we was talking about the case with the DA. And the DA was mismanaging the case. Well, how about Georgia's Attorney General announced that the former DA, Jacqueline Lee Johnson, will face charges of violating the oath of a public officer and obstruction of a police officer in her handling of the Ahmaud Arbery case. Yes, indeed. She accused of showing favor to the guys. Apparently, one of the guys, the guy that was an ex-cop, was worked with her. You know what I'm saying? In the past. He worked with her in the past, and she saw fit to, get involved in the investigation and tell the police not to arrest him. And then before she recused herself from the case, for a personal interest, she talked to the new guy who she was going to turn the case over to. She talked to the new DA and gave him some tips on how to handle it. And I guess to go easy on him and everything, without telling him that, hey, I know this guy. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a personal nature. So they charged her.
And you know what? And I was overly glad to hear that. But then I was somewhat pissed because I'm like, the night she did it, when the crime was committed, her ass should have been locked up then.
Yeah, they don't been
out there interfering with it on the phone, whatever. She shouldn't have.
Like we said when we talk about this, the only reason why something is being done about it now is because of the technology that's available today that's bringing this stuff to light. Yes. This stuff has been going on. Prosecutors and stuff have been making deals and letting people go and convicting certain people, that they didn't like, or they've been doing that. It's just like we say, today's social media and the advancement of technology makes it to the point where we get these videos come out of them doing this illegal stuff behind the scenes, and then the people are forced to do something about it. They were forced to, file some charges on her because she was so blatant in the way she disregarded the law.
Exactly. I mean, we can just do what we want to do and go back to work as if it's business as usual. A black man was executed in broad daylight. Now you tell me that this to me is premeditated because they went the father and the son when they got the gun.
Yeah.
Now,
they chased him down.
Exactly. The man is jogging. What the hell you need a gun for? And why in the hell are you going behind? There was no reason. I used to work construction just like you. When it's open like that, there's nothing in there.
No,
There's nothing in there. Now, a couple of weeks later, we saw two white boys go in that same building. We ain't heard shit.
No.
We ain't heard shit. We haven't heard shit.
Because white people don't look suspicious. White people don't look suspicious. White people don't look like they involved in criminal activities. If you ask the police or any other citizen, we the ones that look like we doing something.
That's it. And so they felt no pain. I don't think they should have stayed out as long as they stayed out, you know. And go back to what you said with the cameras and stuff. A lot of times, you just said, we have to realize this. They're not being arrested or fired because they did wrong. When they're on camera, the camera don't lie.
They're getting arrested because they're getting caught. And that's it. It's a difference. It's a difference. And just like we know, America is built on the you're not guilty until you get caught philosophy. Exactly. That's why they studied, you know, running around getting in all these other countries' business on the low and not, you know, not worried about it. Like it's not a crime until you get caught.
Exactly. When they during the George Floyd protest, he had a lot of officers quit the department, and they was accepted to another department. Well, that tells me you just going right over there to the good old boy system. And what happened to George Floyd, they're okay with it. You can do it over there. And look, you ain't got to go through all this bullshit. Knock that nigga off. And anytime this occurs, and you're the center of an investigation and you're a cop, you shouldn't be placed on paid administrative leave. Should be placed on leave. Number two, you should not be able to go to another police department in the United States and work. That you shouldn't be able to do that. The police officers in this country got too much insurance wrapped around them. And they know this. They know this. If they come out and apologize, they're only apologizing because someone told them to do it and let these niggas go home and rest. But they're apologizing for something that, given the opportunity tomorrow around about the same damn time, so they're going to do it again.
Because they trained to do it.
That's it.
They trained to do it. They trained to criminalize us and treat us like criminals. You know, so it's not going to stop. Just like I said, we're going to keep protesting and we're going to keep marching and we're going to keep like come on, just like we always talk about, man, it's time for action. It's time for action. If we're not going to put the action behind it, then we need to shut up when they kill one of us or lay one of us out in the street and stomp us out. If we're not going to do nothing about it, we need to stop whining about it, because that makes me sick to see everybody want to share it on social media. Okay, we aware of it. We've been aware of it. I've been aware. I'm 48 years old. I've been aware of it my whole life. I've been aware it's been going on my whole life before they started putting the videos up on it, because I was one of the guys that got beat and was lucky, you know what I'm saying, not to get killed. And I watched my homeboys get beat by the police and handle rough and women did wrong, but I've watched it my whole life. So showing me a video, you know what I'm saying, that's not gonna move me. That's gonna make me upset with the people who study showing the video but ain't doing nothing about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. And I'm looking at messing up again. And that's why I'm always hollering on defund the police, because one night we're gonna do a thing on slave patrol. Maybe next week we'll do that. And then we'll look and see how we got to where we're at today. But the little girl, Amber Guyger, Dallas, Texas. I remember when Robert Thomas called me from the Real News Behind the News. And I said, yeah, We're over here now. So we all know the story. We all know the story. Okay, yeah, we all know the story. But now here's the thing. They alleged that she had worked a long shift. The first time, Toby, I think they said 12 hours. I think. Second time, I think no, it was 15. Okay, all right. She just started. No, she been here a while. But she didn't get started. Okay, all right, okay. So let me say this here. Amber Gaia had to retrieve her things from the police department before she left. Amber Gaia had to go pull car keys out, get into her vehicle, drive herself home. She drives up in the parking lot. That's when she gets confused and go knock on the wrong door. I thought this was my apartment, and I smell weed. Well, you say you don't smoke weed. Why would you be smelling weed coming out of your apartment? You live alone. If you're smelling weed, somebody might be in there smoking weed. So the story changed so many times. How'd you get in? Well, the door was cracked. Bullshit. That's those heavy doors, told me, like you be at some hotels or whatever. That's it. No. I mean, it just had a little crack in. Now, when you look at her door, and this is up on our Injustice Investigation Facebook page, Amber Gaia's door is plain. It's the same color as others, beige. There's nothing there. Nothing. Their numbers are lit up with neon. You can't make a mistake. You can't. You can't do that. Now, Bachman, his apartment, lights lit up, neon. Here's where the difference comes in at first. First, it's not your floor. And number two, there's a plant here, and there's a red mat. And you don't have that in front of your apartment. So I'm not the smartest of the damn bunch, but I just need you to make that shit make sense. I really do. I need you to make that make sense because you didn't get confused until you turned up in the parking lot of Southside Flats. I believe that story. Like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying I do to a black man. And I'm still pissed because this little pink heifer didn't get nothing but 10 years. And now she said she done done enough damn time. I need to go home. The court said no. No. She didn't get enough time. She didn't get enough time. And the damn judge, we get so happy. It's gonna be a black judge. And
I was just so happy, and I was just about to say, so do we blame that on her or the judge that was hugging in the courtroom and giving her Bibles?
You know what?
I want to ask that. I really, honestly, truly, not on no racist stuff, but I want to say, how many black people that came in your courtroom for murder have you ever hugged and gave a Bible? How many black, know what I'm saying, people that appeared in your courtroom facing murder, have you ever hugged and cried and gave a Bible to? If you can tell me you did it one time for a black person, I can accept that one time you did it for her. But I guarantee you, I bet she couldn't tell me that.
Oh, she couldn't.
I bet she couldn't tell me that. That's what I have a problem with. Yeah, that's what I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Like the white girl did just what she was supposed to do. She messed up and she killed that man. But just like I said, then once that happened, fight for your life and fight to try to save your life. You know what I'm saying? But just like I said, the powers that be, the judge and everybody else should have held her to a higher standard because she is an officer of the law. She's trained. She's trained. So obviously you didn't, you know what I'm saying, utilize your training, or you didn't get trained well enough or something. Mm-hmm. But as an officer of the law whose sworn duty is supposed to be to serve and protect the community, when it gets bad to the point where you kill a person in the community, you should be held to a higher standard than the criminal. You should be held to a higher standard than the criminal.
Exactly.
Yes, because when you are trained to serve and protect, and you allow that training to turn into a criminal act where you take somebody's life, you should know I'm responsible. I'm more responsible for this, for the person I am, than the criminal.
And here's what the neighbor said. He said he heard them. That's more than one person, right? So he heard them argue. She stepped back into the apartment. Really? On the cameras, she's in a panic state, Toby. She's going up and down, up and down. She's on a cell phone talking to somebody. And a man in there is dying. And she still don't give a fuck. She still don't give a fuck. They put her in the back of a patrol car. The guy she's having sex with, and I guess he's still a cop too, he tells the police officer of that unit, cut your camera off. Cut your camera off? Yes, attorney-client privilege. No, I'm not turning shit off. But we do. We do. Nothing she said made sense. This black man was sitting on his sofa eating a bowl of ice cream. And here come Killer Carol. And here's what the mother said, her mother. And if I had been near, I swear to God, I'd have shot in her ass. When they're talking about it, her mother said, well, he should have followed my daughter's commands. Drop the motherfucking mic. Do what? That's his shit. Your daughter is off duty. She ain't got no damn commands to get out. I got some to get out.
Get out my house.
Huh?
Get out my house. I'm going to get a command. Get your ass up out of here. I know he wasn't aggressive. He was high eating cereal. I know he wasn't aggressive. So you can't tell us he was aggressive because he was high, full of that green, eating cereal. He wasn't bothering nobody in his own house. So just like I said, all of that was bogus. But just like I said, the worst part about it, you know what I'm saying? Like I even had to give a pass to the family because they religious in forgiving her for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I have to give a pass for that. But that judge was out of line. That judge was out of line because I guarantee you, like, not a black man couldn't have got that same, you know what I'm saying, kind of, nurturing from that judge like that. I bet you. Yeah, and I think this is just my opinion. This was a very high profile case. And with that being said, since it was a high profile case, it might be mediocre to them, but what that judge did should have removed her from that bench for life. Exactly. But just like I said, that just shows you that system is in place, and that system, you know what I'm saying, is not in our favor. I don't care whether you go in as a victim or whether you know what I'm saying, just look at it. We die as victims. Think about it. People call and say, hey, just like, you know what I'm saying, anybody, like, come on, like the guy the other day, people call and say he looks suspicious. Like, we die. We innocent people are dying for nothing. Like, so they don't care. They don't care. And then you get your search warrant for the dead man. Why? Exactly. So you can find some dirt to try to justify her killing him in his own house. That's what I'm saying, because he's a nobody. He's black. He's nobody. Exactly. That's the way the system treats us. Think about that. Every time a police beat up or kill a black man, the first thing the media wants to do is share his record, put his record out there. What was he doing when the man beat him up and killed him for nothing? What that got to do with his past? But they won't put the name of a cop up. Exactly. Until we beg, scream, and make them do it. Just that you put that the victim's name out there, the cop's name goes out there. And all the infractions and write-ups that he done got too. Exactly. On the force. Exactly. All of that shit, that's the person that committed the crime. Put his record out there. Put his, you know what I'm saying, record, and how many times he been reprimanded and wrote up, you know what I'm saying, for overdoing his job. Put that out there. Don't try to criminalize the victim because the victim is black. But that's the system. That's our system. That's our system. That's the system Martin Luther King had us begging to get back into. That's it. That's that system. Queen said that almost happened to me. Can go into going into a wrong apartment.
But once you open that door,
you know it ain't your place. That's it. I've done it. I've done it. I've walked into the wrong door, not paying attention. But just like she say, as soon as you this ain't my house.
I tell you what happened to me when I was in Dallas. When I was staying with Scott,
mm-hmm.
and I was working long hours, and God, I was so tired. And so when I came home, I parked the truck, and when I went up the steps, I'm wondering where did Scotty get these 2 white chairs from? So I get ready to put the key in there, and oh shit, I backed out.
Exactly.
I backed out.
Exactly.
But you go all the way in there
and confront somebody that's in there. Yeah. Confront somebody that's in there. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to comment on Tammy. Tammy says his brother pissed me off. Tammy, when his brother got up there and hugged her, accents, I cut the motherfucking TV off. That bitch has been wonderful for Roots Part 2.
Hey, that's why I said I wasn't gonna speak on the family. You spoke on it for me. You spoke. That's exactly what I wanted to say. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to disrespect the family because I know they was grieving. But she said exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. What is you doing, man?
Exactly.
No.
You gonna hug your brother like that, dude?
No, man. How Botham would forgive you. How you know? How you know? I don't care how much of a Christian you is. If you break in my house and kill me in my own house, I don't know about forgiving you.
I can't do it. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna give you that the phrase you think I said.
No,
I'm gonna forgive him. I have to. No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I'm not gonna forgive your ass. I'm not. Well, yeah, God wants to forgive. What go on between me and God will be between me and God.
Hey.
I don't forgive him, and I never will.
No, but man, like I said, that is the system, man. The system is stacked against us, and it's been stacked against us, and it's not gonna get no better. So just like I always say, man, we gotta create our own system and disrupt this system because this system not for us, and it's not gonna be for us.
What you always say when the words "we the people" were written, blacks were considered 3/5.
We wasn't people. We wasn't people. We wasn't even citizens then. So it just like I tell people, that didn't include us. And just like I said, it's getting worse. If you look at where it started until where it is today, it's getting worse. So for the people that's not willing to do something about it now, it will affect your kids. It will affect your grandkids. It will affect your great grandkids. You're not gonna be around to see it, but it will affect you.
When we speak out on George Floyd or other people that have lost their lives at the hand of crooked cops, what a lot of people is not seeing is bigger than the person we're talking about now. It goes back that way, and then we're speaking in hopes that your child won't become another celebrity by death.
That's the whole reason we speak on this, because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. And they not protecting us. You know what I'm saying? And we not in a state where we protecting ourselves because we too busy killing each other. If somebody attacked the hood right now, we wouldn't know how to act. We wouldn't know how to respond and come together and help each other and protect each other because we not built like that. We look at each other as enemies. And just like I said, we study like we our own enemies. We fighting other outside enemies. And like I said, it's a never ending battle. But some of us not even picking up the sword to fight. Some of us are just content with it.
We're not. And we're too preoccupied with a lot of other things, especially electronics and stuff. We can't see the bigger picture because, as Toby said things last night, that it's not that it's an increase in it. We're just seeing more of it now because of social media. And if it is an increase, it's a very slight, but this has been going on, but we just weren't able to see it like we're seeing it now. And I think Too Short said it best in one of his songs. He said, "Cop shoot us down on camera, don't even get convicted, they some dirty bitches." I agree with that.
And that's it. Like I said, because we are considered animals. So when they take down an animal and kill an animal, most people say, well, it's no telling what he did. He probably did something. He had to do something. Like, they're going to justify it. So just like I said, if we're seen as animals, you know what I'm saying, from outsiders, and we killing each other like animals, we don't have a chance in hell.
We don't.
We don't have a chance in hell.
We don't. And you dare not have the audacity to go out there and protest a white on black killing when you didn't do a thing, say a thing about your people killing themselves, one another. We have to address that too. Black on black crime is an issue. But what irks me a lot with a lot of organizations is that they don't come out and say anything if it's black on black crime. If it's a white cop killing black, here comes the NAACP. We're to the fullest extent of the damn law. We're not going to have you killing all the black folks in jail. But what about the dude that stayed next door to you, Robert, that got killed? You ain't said shit. You ain't said shit. He was killed by a person of color. So you ain't gonna march on that. You don't understand. I know damn well.
And to me, think about it. To me, it's worse because I think about it. Like, to get killed at the hand of a white man, that's something like you could expect, you could live with. But to get killed at the hands of your own brother, the people that's in the struggle with you, that's the ultimate, man. Like, that's so much worse. And I don't understand why people can't see that. But it's so much worse. Like, I would expect the white person, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And not saying all white people, but I'm just saying in general, I would expect a white person to do something, you know what I'm saying, bad to me. You know, but like a brother, you know what I'm saying? Because I look different because I looked at him wrong. Or look, man, we just had a dude. I just seen a dude on the news the other day. He's so on in the head in Shreveport. His girlfriend ended up trying to buy cigarettes and they too young. The woman tell him no, she not gonna sell him no cigarettes. The boy pulled out a pistol on the clerk in the store. Another lady thinks, okay, I'm gonna film this because I'm gonna, maybe if he sees that he's on camera, he'll stop. He turned around and see the lady capping and snapped the lady phone and pistol whooped the woman. Like, think about that. I'm saying, think about that. Like, if that don't scare every woman or everybody in a particular area, like, something wrong with that. Exactly. That could have been my mama. That could have been my wife. Yeah. That could have been one of my daughters. That could have been anybody. Yeah. So if people are not fed up with that type of shit and want to do something about it, something wrong.
And that's it. You know, so I guess we can say you can't be going after white people without going after your people, because your people are just killing each other every damn minute, hour on the hour, but nobody says a mumbling word.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know? They've been killing us forever. But then at one point in time, we was loved, united, in Black Power.
The 70s.
They've been, but I'm just saying, they was killing us then.
Exactly.
They was killing us then when we was working together and striving to come up as a people. They was still killing us.
Exactly.
So it's no different now. The only difference now is I don't like when I'm got my back to my brother, expecting my brother to catch my back. My brother is stabbing me in it. It shooting me in it. That's the state that we in today. It is.
That's 22 with us.
Yes, right? Yes. And as a black man, I'm in fear, man. I'm in fear of looking at another brother the wrong way, or you know what I'm saying, a brother be having a bad day or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in fear of that in our own communities. Think about that. So, you know what I'm saying? What can they do how can they scare me in the white community when I'm over here in the ambulance steady passing by picking up my people because my people killing each other? And what the hell am I worried about what's going on in the white community, in the white neighborhood for? Why? I ain't got time to worry about that. When they study killing my people started killing each other right next door to me and shooting at the house across the street from me, and me and my family ducking bullets. Like, exactly. I don't have time to worry about what's going on in the white community. That's the problem. When they not doing this and they holding us back and they not, man, take care of your own shit.
Exactly. And yeah, you hear a lot of. Let me, Queen. I'm gonna say something. Queen. Queen. I'm calling her niggas on everybody to watch her response. Queen, I want to say something to you. Here's the deal. Heaven bagging me up. She says, YouTube's not posting my comments. Think about what you just said. Think about it. Think about that. Think about that. So, am I wrong, Toby? Am I wrong? Think about what you just said. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's it for Queen, y'all. We got to get ready to get out of here. We're over our time. Now, let me get ugly. Toby's not going to do it. I'm going to do it. We asked everybody on. Look at Tammy. Tammy keeping the mess going. Here's what she said, Toby. Yeah, Queen, we can see your countenance. Yeah, Queen needs to start smoking that shit. Okay, we asked for some donations last night, as we do every night. Not one somebody that was on our live feed last night donate. Nobody sent nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And listen to me. We hate to keep saying this, but we don't get paid. We have to pay for when we investigating somebody's kids, so we don't charge people. But we can't keep dipping in our bank account to take care of issues with YouTube and other platforms that we're on. If you like what we're doing, that's wonderful. That's a blessing. I thank you. But listen, if everybody here gave $1 tonight, we'll be doing good. But I don't want y'all give me no damn dollar. Don't do that. I'll just try to make a point. Don't do that. I will block you. We're trying to not take over mainstream media. We're just trying to interrupt what's going on so you can finally get the truth. And it's very difficult when black men are trying to do something like this. It's very difficult because very few people, especially black, wants to fund us. Now, if we get out here and do the WAP thing with, was it Cardi B?
Yeah.
Or get to, talking about rap shit and all that, we'll be paid. We'll be paid like crazy. So tonight, listen, seriously, because this is what we're going to do next. No, Queen, don't you do that $1. You're going to be blocked. And she said 15. She said $1. I'm going to tell you this here, and it's not a threat, but I'm just telling you, we just can't keep doing it. Seriously, we can't. Interferes with my work in the daytime, but I love doing it. But if we're not making any money, then, we're not profiting anything. We have to have money. We asked for you all to try to help us get $1,000 by September the 17th. That's a long time away. That's a long time away. It's not enough to just say you like what we're doing or we sharing the video. By the time we get a check from YouTube, that check already gone. Because we had to survive for 2 months before they sent that damn the taxes. We don't make a lot. But if you like what somebody is doing, you should want to donate and help them out. If you will, there's the app, the Cash App, Eddie Mays Boy, PayPal.me, you know what it is. Injustice got you. This is something that I hate to do because I know you all like what we do. We love what we do. But this is something that we shouldn't have to keep doing. We should. It should. And it might sound ugly to some. And if it does, okay, well, you are the controller of your emotions. If you pay Xfinity, as simple as that. Please donate if you can. Tammy said, please donate if you can. That's all we're asking. But we're not going to bring it up again. What's going to happen is that we're just going to stop. We're just going to stop. That's it. We're just going to stop. That's it. Because it's embarrassing to keep begging for funds to keep this channel going. And we hate doing that.
And I understand that everybody not in the best financial shape right now, and I respect it. But share the videos, you know what I'm saying? Help us broaden our listener base, broaden our viewer base. All of that helps.
It does. But here's the thing about that: we've been in a financial bind since day one. Come on, it's since day one. There's a channel, I won't call his name. This dude stay on for 4 or 5 hours talking bullshit. I mean, nothing makes no damn sense. But here comes that ting 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 ting.
They like
I'm
that.
serious. They like the bullshit.
The majority of the people, you know what I'm saying, likes bullshit. And just like I said, it's harder, you know what I'm saying, for the real to get through because it's so much bullshit coding, you know, the airways.
That's it. Louise is in tonight. Toby, she says hello, but she's
hello.
She's an hour and 21 minutes late. Just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, so we're gonna get ready to get out of here. As always, you know, we appreciate you all watching our lives at night. I'm not always right. You're not always wrong. Big Willing nephew and I will be back tomorrow night. And if there's some stories that you would like for us to discuss or look into, send them to us.
Any topics that you know you want us to discuss, you know, we open to discussing different topics. Well, like I said, we just want to help. We just want to help, and it starts with educating. So hopefully I can educate a little bit, and y'all can educate me. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow.
Hopefully. All right. Listen, we love you. We love you. Nephew, I'm gonna go and take some more damn medicine because this whole jaw is full. Are we still on there? Okay, let's go. Y'all have a good night. Toby, you get the last word.
Good night, everybody. Have a good one.